Hey spuddies, PotatoMcWhiskey here, and welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 6 as Germany in the 8 Ages of Pace mod. Now, where we left off, we were kind of, churning along nicely. We're doing a lot of industrial zone logistics. We're finishing up some buildings like the zoos and the stock exchanges and things like that. But there's still plenty of things left for us to do. For example, in Dortmund, we could get our hands on an airport, and we're going to go ahead and do that right now. Now, we finished a zoo over here in Mainz, and we're going to go ahead and perhaps we could go get a seaport, and it wouldn't be terrible. We're working quite a few tiles. It would net me probably somewhere in the region of 8 to 10 gold, roughly speaking. But I'm not entirely sold of that being the right move. I think I would be happier perhaps if I were to do something else. I think just to keep the city busy, I'm going to go for a shipyard and a seaport, just to keep the city busy. Not really for any other reason, because I'm trying to minimize the amount of actions I have to take per turn to kind of just get the game going that little bit quicker and get us finished off here, because I feel like we have negotiated our way into a victory, and it's just a matter of we've basically negotiated our way into a victory, and it's just a matter of executing the last few turns. But I think it is important though, however, to show those last few turns of the execution. So mission was successful in the city of Bad Tibara. I think that's one of the biggest issues of the game though, is I think it's one of the biggest issues with 4X games in general, that you've won the game you've won the game far in advance of the actual win screen. And I think that's what I'm really excited about the new expansion, is that it seems like they're taking steps to at least try to address that with the whole, I think it's called emergencies and coalitions or something like that, where you can all kind of not necessarily gang up on the person who's winning, but sort of you have an opportunity to do some kind of action against them. I just decided to pick up a film studio in here, by the way, or a broadcast center. Film studio is America's unique broadcast center. I just decided to pick that up, just, not for any particular reason, just, again, I'm just kind of keeping my cities busy. But yeah, as much as I love the game, I do think there are some very, very valid areas to criticize it, but I'm going to kind of roll back a little bit in my criticism of the game, because the expansion is on the way. I think it's hard to be, at what point am I just repeating myself if I'm criticizing the game that we have, when we know there's a new version of the game in the pipeline, So I'll leave the game the way it is, and we'll kind of just sit in hopeful anticipation is sort of the approach that I would like to make the attempt to do. So it looks like we pillaged another spaceport. Let's go ahead and send you over to yet another Gilgamesh city right here. I'm going to try and kill his next spaceport as well, just to kind of slow him down, see what we can do. And yep, we're finishing off a few of these projects. Looks like some industrial zone projects are finishing, which should push me over the edge in terms of where I stand with regards to, am I beating Poland to the punchline? So we're also finishing a zoo in here, which will be, it'll net me a decent amount of amenities. And we're also finishing an airport, and like I was saying, there's industrial zone logistics finishing up as well. So let's choose production over here. We finished industrial zone logistics. I don't think we need a zoo. I could build more districts, I could get an encampment. Would it really help me? Would it really do anything for me? I'm not entirely convinced that it would. I think I'm just far better off doing stuff like industrial zone logistics, maybe even campus research grants to get a little bit of extra science. I think we'll just do industrial zone logistics to try and get that great person that little bit quicker. And over here, for example, I'll do the same here. I'll just go say, hey, well, I could get a factory, but I'll do industrial zone logistics. And over here, you don't need a zoo, so why don't you go ahead and pick me up industrial zone logistics as well. It's really just a matter of trying to keep these cities busy. And we built a research lab in Tarnov, and we're going to build a military academy. I feel like I should look up how to pronounce Tarnov. I'm pretty sure it's Tarnov. I'm pretty sure it's Tarnov. I don't think it's Tarnov, because I know sometimes W's in Polish and sometimes German, I think, are pronounced like a V. So, like, I knew a guy whose name was Wojciech, but it was spelt with a W. It was like Woitjech? Wojciech? I can't remember how to say his name. I can't remember exactly how to say his name, but I know it started with a V. Alright, we finished a bank in here. Let's go ahead and get our stock exchange and send envoys over to Muscat. And then we'll go into our next turn. So, let's get rid of this little pop-up here. We are finishing an airport in Dortmund, and this city has an absolutely horrendous amount of production here. Look at that, jeez, 164 production. I was going to be happy with 140. Now we're up to 164. My god, that's mental. It's an unnecessary amount of production. Looks like Rome was trying to declare war on us again, which I don't really know why. There's no rhyme or reason, unless it's a joint war with your one. Kiss me or I crush you. The Empress calls for your head. You'll be drowned in your own blood. I guess I could theoretically listen to them talking to get an idea of what their accents should sound like, but I could just not do that and like make my own accents up for them. That sounds like more fun to me. Okay, we got our progress towards totalitarianism has finished. Not really something that you usually say on an average day. Yes, my progress towards totalitarianism was boosted. It's like, excuse me, what did you say about totalitarianism? Let's go ahead and do industrial zone logistics again. Trying to get this guy. I could purchase him. Don't really need to purchase him. I think I have got it in the bag. And we'll come up here. We got the airport. Go on and grab yourself a sewer so you have a bit more housing. And you yourself as well. Sure, why don't you grab a factory? And you, why don't you grab a factory? And you, why don't you grab... Sure, some industrial zone logistics wouldn't go amiss. Trade with Berlin. And you shall get upgraded. Let's see. Guerrilla Leader takes no time to establish a presence. And Ace Driver. Ace Driver is one of my favorite. Yeah, Aachen. I think you're going to be moved over to Dortmund now, I'm afraid. You've outlived your usefulness. And I could disable rocketry in here, but I think I'm going to siphon funds first to try and bank on getting a level up. Then I'll shoot this guy here and he'll die. Excellent. And I'll shoot over here as well. I'm not too worried about all this mess of stuff coming along. I should possibly build an archaeologist over here in Nuremberg, because I think I was planning on doing that, but I just never got around to it. But yeah, we should be able to kill 1 unit per turn here, essentially. So I'm not too worried about them going for me throughout. I could also possibly build a couple of national parks here. So he went for the city, but he doesn't have enough damage to really do anything to the city. I mean, like, what is this fortification health is still 198 or whatever. So we'll shoot there, and we'll shoot this crossbowman. That crossbowman right there. We'll choose new production over here in Dortmund. We just got a sewer. So let's do a mixture of growth, production, and science. And see where that lands us. We're basically working every tile in this city. So, let's have a little bit of a Gandarino. I could get an Eiffel Tower. I don't think I really care about the Eiffel Tower, however. Let's repair our outer defenses. Just, you know, why not? And over here, we're doing industrial zone logistics. Go on and do a factory instead. You know what? I think I'm going to start doing... I think I'll keep doing industrial zone logistics just to get this guy finished off. Well, let's buy him. Okay, so now we just want to do campus projects, because all we care about now is science to finish off these techs. Let's go ahead and trade with Regensburg. And over here, let's go ahead and try to disable the rocketry. There you go, nice one. 84% chance. That's like a 1 in 8 chance of failure. Roughly, slightly small or slightly bigger than a 1 in 8 chance, because I think a 1 in 8 chance is 12.5 and we had 14. So, not exactly terrible odds, but not exactly a sure thing either. You would think, like a lot of people, like me, I do it all the time as well. A lot of people do it, but when you see something like, even in XCOM, when you see a 90%, you're thinking, there's no way this can miss. But that's not how probability works. There's a 10% chance it could miss, so it almost certainly can miss. It's just unlikely. You want to buy my cotton for 7 gold per turn and 13 gold up straight, as well as open borders. I'll take that deal. It seems reasonable. I'm okay with that deal. Deal or no deal, Mr. Arabia? I called him Mr. Arabia when his actual name is Saladin. I remember actually the first time I was introduced to the Saladin as a person or character or whatever was actually when I was playing Age of Empires, which is like, I think the 3rd time I've mentioned it throughout this playthrough. I really like Age of Empires. It's one of my favorite game series, although some of you may be aware that I actually hate Age of Empires 3. Well, maybe that was too strong. I don't like it. I don't hate it. People are allowed to like it. You can enjoy the game if you like, but I am just not required to like that game. Let's go ahead and build a seaport here in Mainz, and we'll create a new thingy. We'll send a trader over there. So, Werner von Braun, this is 100% production towards spaceport projects. So let's get you up and over to here. Let's get you waking up. Come on, wake up. Oh, that's a spy. Swap here. Then we'll slap you in here. This will give me 100% production towards spaceports, space projects. Listen, words are hard, okay? Give me a break. Yeah, go ahead and disable the rocketry in there. Thanks very much. And we will trade, or shoot here rather, not trade. What am I saying? Trade. Where am I going with trade? Yeah, we'll trade these bullets to your face for your death. How's that for a trade? So I don't really particularly care about Joseph Paxton in terms of, is it a great person that I want? I really only think I care about, I think I really only care about finishing off the tech tree and getting myself some, what's the word? I see you are also practiced in the subtle arts of statecraft. My accent is getting worse. I've already read that one, so I won't bother. Yeah, but like I think the current goal here, just to like reiterate and talk about what we're trying to do, is basically just get as much science as possible to try and finish these off. I think we're on the home stretch, so to speak. We're probably 1, 2, at most 3 episodes if a really big war breaks out from winning the game. Enemy spy level is reduced, your spy level is increased by 1 for offensive operations. I would like to slot that in, and you know what? I think I will. I'll put them in there. Hello. I'll choose production in here. I don't need a zoo. I could almost certainly use some extra science. So I'm going to do campus research grants. I'm going to put all of my cities on science focused and production focus at this point now. So every time a city gets available, I'm going to make sure, well, I'm going to say that I'm going to try and make sure, but reality is I'm going to forget. I'm going to forget that I said this because I have the memory of a goldfish and a squirrel. But yeah, basically I'm going to try and keep repeating it so that I can like not lose track of my thought process here. Essentially what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to focus all of my cities on science just to see if I can shave maybe 1 or 2 turns off of this science victory, because really the bottleneck for me right now is science. That's the only thing holding me back. I've got 757 science right now, and my god, does it show. So Catherine has launched the Mars habitation, but she has not researched nuclear fusion. Now, if I go ahead and check her research, we are on the same number of technologies researched. Gilgamesh is still ahead, but I still don't think he has nanotechnology. Yeah, he doesn't. And I've pillaged all of his spaceports, so I don't think he'll be able to win much here. So let's go ahead and choose production over here. Now again, we did a campus research grant. I could potentially use an entertainment complex for the +2 amenities. I mean, I could probably stick it over here on the cattle and I wouldn't lose much of value. You know what? I'll grab the 2 amenities because it will actually potentially push this city up into ecstatic, which is a little bit more of everything. I did say I was going to focus you on science and production. Those are the 2 things that I worry about. Over here we did industrial zone logistics. I don't think I really need anything else here. I think I'm going to be doing campus research grants, and I'm going to put you on science and production. Over here, I'm going to go ahead and do the military academy. I think I'll pick up a research lab. Probably won't be relevant enough soon enough, so I'm almost certainly just going to do a campus research grants, focus you on science and production. Then over here, I'm going to be using this spy defensively, preferably on Dortmund as usual, to keep my spaceport, nice and protected. Just, you know, on the off chance, I've never actually seen an AI try to pillage your spaceport using a spy, but I'm just going to assume that they can and may do that. We have lasers, nuclear fusion. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to finish this game next episode. I feel like I'm pretty close to it. I mean, I could probably do an extra long episode and finish it right now. But I'm not going to bother with that. I'm going to squeeze out that extra episode, you know what I mean? Oh, am I at war with Carthage? Let's have a look here. Let's choose our production. And I'm going to go ahead and pick up, I think, right now, the campus research project. And the campus research project. And over here, I finished a military academy. I think I just want to do campus research projects. Again, I'm just trying to extend the amount of science I'm making. Just that little bit to try and finish the game a couple of turns sooner. Right, so I just got truffles, open borders. Truffles for open borders. I'll trade you my pigs for an open border, my dude. Goodbye. So, we're finishing up Industrial Zone Logistics. We're finishing up Campus Research Grants. Oh, is that a submarine? Interesting. I was going to go for U-boats and, like, kill them, but it wasn't necessary. I should have known that you'd stoop so low as to use espionage against me. Remove your spies at once. Ignored. Oh, he captured as a spy. Let's go ahead and choose production over here. Factory completed. Let's go ahead and do campus research project. Let's choose an escape route. We'll go by boat because it's quicker and I'm lazy. I'm pretty sure that spy had an upgrade so that he's better at escaping anyway. So, who cares anyway? Let's have a look. So Heidelberg here is finishing research grants. That's good. Not really. I don't think it really matters whether or not they actually finish them. The only thing that matters is that we get the actual science from it. Alright, let's see if I can do the accent again. What was it? Let the world hear my words. You're as treacherous as Ishtar. Oh my gosh. Right, there we go. I did the voice. Let's see. Right. I've lost my train of thought, which is not good when you're trying to, like, keep a verbal train of thought going. But yeah, essentially, I'm just trying to finish a broadcast center in Nuremberg, and there's... What the hell are you doing? Ah, right, I think I disrupted rocketry in Rouen. Now, I have jet fighters and missile cruisers. Those don't really matter. Those are like gateway techs into the nuclear program. Yeah, kids, don't do lasers. They lead to nukes, okay? Be careful. It's a gateway tech. Let's go ahead and grab campus research grants again. You know, just basically trying to fill out the tech tree here, or trying to fill out the tech tree as soon as possible. So we're going to do science here. Stock exchange completed. Go ahead and do campus research grants and industrial zone logistics, and we'll do campus research grants. Okay, nice one. Now, you pillage this. Let's take a level up here. Counter spy, siphoned funds. Ugh. Those are not the ones that we wanted. Let's shoot there. That'll soften him up. That'll soften his cough. Right, so we have a broadcast center and we have a factory finishing. Your delegate Teresa learned that Sumeria has heard of the sunbathing is great new. Wait, what? Your delegate Teresa has learned that Sumeria has heard that the what? What? Hold on. Let me have a look here. Your delegate Teresa learned that Sumeria has denounced the evil deeds of Germany. Why would it tell me about a feckin'... Why would it tell me about a seaside resort? I don't... Listen. Just campus research grants, go. Broadcast center completed. I believe I was going to make an archaeologist just to get the last little bit of science or culture out of it. I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point in the game. I'm going to do it anyway just to have something to do. Sure, build a research lab. It's not like it's going to be useful or anything, but it'll keep you busy at least. Keep you going here till the end of the game. Now, a stock exchange has been finished over here. So probably my next move is to just build a factory to keep you busy. Over here in Aachen, one of my spies has ran away from somewhere. Let's go ahead. And who else is doing science victories? I guess we'll go do Amboise. We can go disable the rocketry. And Amboise? I don't know how to say it properly. And so we've done Amboise. We've done Rouen. And now I need to do Rennes. I wish I could pronounce these cities. I'm just terrible at it. So, I tell you what we're going to do though. We're going to end this episode here, and then the next episode will be the finisher episode. So, I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. Please remember to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. Remember to leave a like if you want to directly support my channel, and remember to leave a comment if you want to give me your feedback. Other than that though, I want to say I love you all very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.